There comes a point in every man's life where he looks in the mirror and realizes something has changed. The spark that once made him feel unstoppable, in the gym, in his career, and yes, in the bedroom, feels like it's fading. You feel tired more often. The muscles that used to define your body start to soften. Your confidence, that quiet, unshakable power, starts to slip away, and maybe your wife. She doesn't look at you the same way anymore. Not because she stopped loving you, but because something deeper has shifted. You used to make her heart race. Now, she's distant, cold, and you can't help but wonder, what happened to us? What happened to me? If that hits home, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why your body, your energy, and even your marriage feel different now. And more importantly, how to reignite all three. Starting with a simple daily ritual that involves a seed protein most men overlook. My name is Dr. Emma Blake. I'm a relationship therapist and men's vitality coach. For over 20 years, I've worked with men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, helping them reclaim their emotional connection, sexual confidence, and physical strength. And what I've learned is this: a man's power doesn't fade because he gets older. It fades when he stops fueling his body, mind, and heart the right way. So today, I'm going to show you how one simple shift, starting with a seed protein instead of eggs, can transform not just your muscle tone, but your energy, your mood, and your magnetic presence in your marriage. Because when your body comes alive again, so does your relationship. Here's what you'll walk away with by the end of this video. You'll understand why your energy, muscle strength, and desire may have dropped, and why that's not your fault. You'll discover the emotional and biological link between your body's vitality and your partner's attraction. You'll get a step-by-step plan, from nutrition to mindset to intimacy rituals, that rebuilds not only your body, but the spark in your relationship. And yes, I'll reveal the specific seed protein that's helping thousands of men regain strength, stamina, and drive, naturally, without relying on eggs, powders, or synthetic testosterone boosters. So don't skip ahead, because the truth might surprise you. Let me tell you about Mark. Mark was 56 when he came to see me. Once a confident, vibrant man, he had a thriving business, a beautiful marriage, 2 grown kids. But over the last few years, he'd noticed changes. He felt sluggish in the mornings, couldn't focus, and workouts that once came easy now felt like climbing a mountain. Worse, his wife, Sarah, had grown distant. She rarely initiated touch. Their conversations turned into logistical checklists, bills, chores, kids, work, but no passion, no spark. Mark told me, "It's like I'm living with a roommate. She doesn't even look at me anymore." He tried everything: protein shakes, more gym sessions, even expensive supplements, but nothing seemed to work. Until one day during our session, I asked, "Mark, what do you fuel your body with? Not just for strength, but for vitality?" That question changed everything. Because what Mark learned, and what I'll teach you today, is that your physical energy and your emotional magnetism are deeply connected. If one drops, the other follows. But when you restore one, the rest rise like a tide. Here's what's really happening, and no one tells you this. As men age, testosterone levels drop. But it's not just hormones, it's lifestyle, stress, emotional disconnection, and poor nutrition that drain your body's ability to produce natural energy and desire. When you stop moving as much, when stress hormones like cortisol stay high, when you're eating foods that spike inflammation, your body starts prioritizing survival over passion. That's why you feel weaker. That's why your focus and drive shrink. And that's why even in your marriage, where love still exists, the fire feels dim. Now, here's the kicker. Your partner senses that energy shift. Women are emotionally intuitive. They can feel when a man's energy changes, when he's no longer grounded in strength, confidence, and vitality. So she withdraws. Not because she's cold, but because she doesn't feel your presence anymore. This is why rebuilding your masculine vitality isn't just about muscles. It's about reconnecting your body, mind, and emotional energy so she feels you again. Most men try to fix this the wrong way. They buy supplements without changing their foundation. They push harder at the gym when their hormones are already depleted, or worse, they pull away emotionally thinking, "She's not interested, so why bother?" That's the trap. Because when you withdraw, she feels even more disconnected. When you pressure, she feels unsafe. And when you stop showing care, even subtly, she stops responding. So here's the truth. You can't force attraction, but you can rebuild it from the inside out. And it starts not with chasing her, but with reclaiming your strength and energy. That's where this seed protein comes in. Let's talk about something most people overlook. For a woman, desire doesn't begin in her body. It begins in her emotions. She needs to feel safe, seen, and connected. But that emotional safety doesn't come just from kind words. It comes from your energy. When you stand strong, when you move with confidence, when your body feels alive and powerful, she feels it. And when you feel drained, weak, disconnected, she feels that too. So the path to rekindling intimacy begins in your body, not in your bedroom. And that's why restoring your physical strength isn't just about looking better. It's about restoring the magnetic energy that draws her in again. The Vitality Reconnection Method. Let me break this down into 5 steps, the exact process I use with my clients to reignite strength and intimacy naturally. Eggs are great, but they're not the king of protein anymore. What I recommend instead is a seed-based protein, specifically a blend that includes pumpkin seed, chia, and hemp protein. Here's why. These seeds are rich in zinc, magnesium, omega-3s, and plant sterols, all crucial for testosterone production, muscle repair, and sexual health. Unlike eggs, they're easier on your liver and cholesterol levels, and they help reduce inflammation, which is key for energy and circulation. Try adding a scoop of this blend to your morning smoothie with spinach, banana, almond milk, and a touch of cinnamon. You'll notice your energy stabilizes, your mood lifts, and your workouts feel smoother within just a couple of weeks. But remember, this isn't just nutrition. It's the first message you send your body. I'm rebuilding. I'm back in control. Movement is masculine medicine. You don't need to kill yourself in the gym. Just move with purpose. Walk daily. Do resistance training 3 times a week. Focus on compound moves, squats, push-ups, pull-ups. And here's the key. As you train your body, train your breathing. Deep, slow breathing lowers cortisol and restores your masculine energy. Every rep, every inhale is you reclaiming control of your body again. Now, let's bring this into your marriage. Because all the muscle in the world won't matter if your heart stays closed. Have this conversation, word for word if you want. I know I've been distant. I've been feeling off, tired, disconnected, but I want us to feel close again. Not just physically, but emotionally. I'm working on me, but I want you to know I still choose you. That's vulnerability. That's strength. When you speak like this, calm, grounded, honest, it opens the door. She may not melt right away, but she'll feel something shift because you're not begging for intimacy. You're inviting connection from a place of power. Women blossom where they feel emotionally safe. That means no pressure, no agenda. Replace performance with presence. Hold her. Listen. Touch her hand. Sit near her without expectation. You'll be amazed how her body begins to trust again when your energy stops demanding. This is the same principle in strength training. Consistency beats intensity. Show up calmly every day, and the spark will return naturally. Every night, before bed, no phone, no TV, just 10 minutes of connection. Sit beside her and ask one question. What did you appreciate about today? It sounds small, but it rewires the emotional bond. Gratitude reduces resentment. Closeness builds trust, and trust rekindles desire. That's how you rebuild. Step by step, quietly but powerfully. Here's what you can expect if you start tonight. Week 1, you'll feel the resistance. Your energy may fluctuate. That's okay. It's your body waking up. Week 2, you'll start to feel clearer, stronger in your mood and focus. She may notice small shifts in your tone, your presence, your patience. By week 4, the dynamic changes. You're more grounded. She starts to engage again. There's laughter, small touches, eye contact that lingers. Month 3, you don't just feel like yourself again. You feel better. Your workouts are stronger, your confidence higher, and your connection deeper. That's the power of rebuilding from within. Don't forget, vitality is holistic. Sleep, stress, hydration, sunlight, they all matter. If you're not sleeping well, your testosterone drops. If you're constantly stressed, your libido shuts down. And if you're dehydrated, your muscles and your mind can't perform. You're not broken, my friend. You're just underfueled and overstressed. Once you fix those foundations, everything, from your strength to your relationship, starts to heal. Listen, if you've been feeling like the fire is gone, I want you to hear me clearly. It's not too late. Your wife didn't stop loving you. She just stopped feeling you, because somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling yourself. But that changes now. You can reclaim your vitality, your energy, your passion, starting with one decision: to take ownership of your body and your presence again. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, instead of scrolling your phone, start your day with intention. Move your body, fuel it right, and remind yourself, I'm becoming the man I was meant to be. If you're ready to start that journey, say it in the comments right now. I'm ready to rebuild. Because when you declare it, you begin it. And I'll be reading those comments, cheering you on every step of the way. If you found this powerful, share it with another man who needs to hear this message, because you never know who's silently struggling, and your courage might just change his life. If you want to try the exact seed protein blend I recommend for my clients, look for one that combines pumpkin, chia, and hemp proteins with at least 20 grams of protein per serving, no artificial sweeteners, and cold-pressed extraction. You can add it to oatmeal, smoothies, or even mix with yogurt. It's not just a supplement, it's part of your daily ritual of masculine renewal. You know, I've seen hundreds of men come back from that edge where they thought the fire was gone for good. And when they did the inner work, when they rebuilt their body, when they led with quiet confidence again, their marriages transformed. Because masculine energy isn't about dominance, it's about direction. It's the calm, steady force that makes a woman feel safe, desired, and alive again. So let me ask you, are you ready to bring that energy back? To stand tall again, not just for her, but for yourself, because strength, true strength, starts not in your muscles, but in your decision to rise again. I'm Dr. Emma Blake, and this is your moment to rise.